right, good afternoon, everyone. Coach, why don't you begin with an opening statement about the signing class?
Yeah, first like to just welcome the 2025 signing class to the University of Missouri. Really proud of the work that our staff and everybody throughout our university did to bring these 17 young men home, and very excited about the future. Want to first start and thank our Director of Player Personnel, Ryan Trishell, and his crew who do a lot of the evaluations and scouting, Director of Recruiting Strategies, Maury Bland, and his staff who do a lot of communication and constantly staying in touch, and then Olivia Olson and her staff on the Director of On-Campus Recruiting, obviously led by Jacob Peeler, our recruiting coordinator, as well as our coaching staff. I thought they did a tremendous job of targeting, knowing what we needed, targeting those people, developing relationships, and ultimately building relationships that get young men to sign. Also want to also thank our coaches' wives. They spend a lot of time and sacrifice time with their husbands for us to be on tweets, like tweets, retweet stuff on social media, host recruits at their house. On official visits, we do breakfast at our position coaches' homes, and so the wives have to, open up their homes, make a meal, and work really hard. So I appreciate them taking the time, as well as our coaches, to doing that. Also want to thank our generous donors in developing and fundraisers for our NIL opportunities and the ability to be competitive in a competitive world of NIL and in revenue sharing. Also want to thank Brad Larondo and Every True Tiger for his tireless work of going back and forth and doing things that needed to be done in order for us to sign another top 25 class, which is the fourth time we've done it in 5 years. I know we signed the top player in the state for back-to-back years, which is always important to us. We signed players from 10 different states. We've got 10 early enrollees, and we signed 4 players ranked in the top 100. So incredibly proud of the players that we were able to get, and look forward to continuing to work to build our roster through retention of the current players, the signing class we have now, in the transfer portal. So with that, I'll open up for questions.
Eliah, what are some of the top traits you typically look for when recruiting a quarterback, and how does Matt fit those?
Yeah, we evaluate quarterbacks on toughness, preparation, decision-making, accuracy, and leadership. Those are the traits that we feel like make up elite quarterbacks. And so then you just go through the list. You look at Matt's ability, toughness, both physical and mental. Obviously, he's dealing with an injury right now and has dealt with injuries before to be able to come back. Preparation, the amount of time he puts into knowing offense, learning offense, and studying offense. Decision-making with the ball in his hands, constantly makes good decisions, adds, he's got the ability to extend plays with his feet and with his arm, and that was a really good asset that we felt like he had. Is an accurate thrower of the football, and then he's a leader. When we went out there last year to Pittsburgh area, Kirby and I got to see his leadership traits not only in football but also on the basketball court. So,
Eli, with all this stuff you're talking about, NIL, and they're moving signing day up 2 weeks this year, was it a more hectic stretch run than you've gotten used to as a head coach? I mean, has this all changed the lead up?
Yeah, obviously this year's change was quite a bit different. Normally we spend 2 weeks going in homes and kind of finishing out the class and making sure everything's right. Now, if you didn't have a home game the last game, you didn't get a chance to see your recruits, and obviously with NIL and revenue sharing, there was a lot of last minute changes of heart and different things like that. So it's definitely different, and I'm not saying it's good or bad. It's just hard to tell.
Just kind of a follow-up to that, with the revenue sharing coming in and with scholarship limits and walk-ons being eliminated, has your roster building strategy changed at all when you're looking at putting together these classes? Is there anything to background?
I think things change every day in college football. So you have the best laid plans of mice and men, and then you got to have the most important thing is adaptability. The ability to adapt to whatever the new structure and changes are. I mean, we think revenue share is a real deal, but we don't really know. I mean, nothing's finalized till April 1st, and so I was having a conversation with another head coach about how are they dealing with NIL versus revenue share and creating numbers, and he reminded me that NIL or revenue share was a concept that won't be finalized until the future, and how much it changed in the last 4 months. So are we really sure that that's going to be in place? I don't know.